organized a select committee to discuss about to de-emerge the Northeast permanently. Even though the Northeast provinces is de-emerged now, but there is a clause in the Provincial Council Act saying that any adjoining two provinces or more than two provinces, if they want to merge through a Provincial Council resolution, they can merge. So they want to take away that clause from the Provincial Council Act because they strongly feel if there is going to be a Northern Provincial Council in the future, North and East, they might pass a resolution in their concerned Provincial Council and they might merge again. They don't want that to happen. For that purpose, they want to take away that clause from the Provincial Council Act. That is number one. Number two, now there is a clause in the 13th Amendment saying that if the government wants to pass any laws which is with the provincial councils, and they have to get the consent from each and every provincial council if they want to pass a resolution or if they want to pass a law. Because of the, you might have heard about the Divi Negama bill, they couldn't get the consent from the Northern Provincial Council because number one, there is no Provincial Council. Number two, even if there is a Provincial Council, they will be against it. Even the governor also, he couldn't give the consent because the Supreme Court said the governor, he doesn't have the authority to do that. So here, actually again, the government wants to, they want to, if they want to pass any laws regarding the subjects to the provincial councils, and they don't want to take the consent from each and every provincial council. With the majority provincial council, they can simply pass the resolution or pass the laws in parliament. So you know very well here in Sri Lanka, 7 provincial councils are controlled by the single majority people, and definitely they will be having the majority as far as the provincial councils are concerned. So there's no need to get the consent from Northern or Eastern Provincial Council. So now they are going to bring it to a Parliament Select Committee. After that, they want to pass it in Parliament. I think this will take place before the elections because they want to satisfy the single Buddhist extremist element in this country who are campaigning against the police powers, the land powers, and some of them are campaigning for abolishing the provincial council system. So they want to satisfy them. So actually now, if Bimal Veeravansa is going ahead with the signature campaigning, definitely they are doing it with the support of the government. Likewise, if Sambiga Ranavaka is going ahead with the private member motion or some other matters, so they are doing it with the consent of the government. So here, actually they don't want these things to happen in the future. So if they pass it in Parliament now, after the provincial council elections, they simply through the Parliament, they can take away the police powers, they can take away the land powers, they can take away whatever the powers they don't want to give it to the provincial council. So that is the main purpose why actually the government is going to do these things. So they strongly feel, because actually technically they feel that they are now at the moment they are not going to get the police powers or land powers, but after the provincial council election they can do it through this. If they pass it in Parliament now, after the provincial council will not be in a position to implement the police powers because after that they will take it away from the provincial council. That is number one. Number two is government of Sri Lanka bringing a huge amount of money, maybe $1.1 billion to put up an express highway to Jaffna, and also they want to put up an express highway maybe in the south also. Here actually our concern is, because this is not merely an economical or a development program. this is, the Indian government of India definitely will be much concerned about their security. Because with this express highway to the northern province, in the guise of engineers and various other officers, definitely there are more chances for the Chinese military presence in various guise, not directly as military. Definitely this is a hindrance to the security interest of India. And also everybody knew very well, India is only 22 kilometers away from Jaffna. So under these circumstances, bringing huge amount of money over the express highway to Jaffna with the support of India, with the support of China, is I think it's going to make the things much more difficult. Because the people who are in the northern province, specifically the Tamil people who are in the northern province, we are very much concerned about the Indian security. We don't want to do anything against it. And at this moment, we don't want this Chinese express highway also to Jaffna. Because now we are having the A9 highway, that is fairly enough for the next 15, 20 years. We don't have that much of traffic over there. So not only that, actually we are having 87,000 more widows in the northeast. The government do not have a plan for that. The government do not have a program for that. There are hundreds of civilians that are totally paralyzed during the war. The government do not have a plan for them. Who asked the express highway to Jaffna now? Nobody asked the express highway to Jaffna because there are various other livelihood problems are there. First, the government, they must address to those problems. This sort of matters definitely create a lot of problems with India. Not only with India, even we the Tamil people, we are very much concerned about the Indian security because the southern part of India is having the most important security institutions all over in the southern part of India. So we don't want to make India annoyed about these things. The third matter, everybody knew very well, in the Valigamam North, 5,381 acres been taken away by the armed forces. 6,381 acres. But before that, they had taken huge amount of land at the place called Murugandi. Now we came to know almost 4,000 houses being built. And the army soldiers, now they can bring their families to the place called Murugandi, where 4,000 families can live there. That also with the support of the